Hey everybody, my name's Carly. Welcome to my channel, Readerlust. So I decided that I was going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag for my very first video. You know, they don't like tell you, hey, this is how you talk to the camera, and this is how to not be nervous. Also, my dog, Ghost, is right down here. He's super excited, wants to be a part of the video. That might be a problem because I think he's going to start barking at me any second. So the very first question is, why did you start this channel? I decided to start this channel because I really am interested in the booktube community. Everybody seems like really close-knit, and I've always just kind of wanted to find some more friends that were super interested in reading and wanting to talk about books that they read. You know, my siblings, all my friends are always just kind of like, nope, haven't read that. And I also am an aspiring writer, and I really think that there's a lot to be learned from all the different writers that people are featuring on Booktube, and kind of see different ways these writers, how the Booktube community is taking their writing. Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm interested in starting it. I'm really loving the Booktube community and really super excited to be a part of it. So what are some fun and unique things that I could bring to Booktube? Well, I think what's unique that I would like to bring to Booktube is the fact that I'm hoping to become a writer. That as an aspiring writer, I hope to do some more videos that are about the writing itself in some of these books, not just necessarily broad reviews of the books, kind of more from a writer's point of view. And I'm hoping to also do some kind of writing tutorial videos to kind of tie that in with some of my book reviews and other book videos that I'm planning to do. What are you most excited about for this new channel? I'm mostly really excited to kind of be putting myself out there and kind of becoming involved in the Booktube community and meeting new people and kind of finding a platform to show who I am as a reader and as a writer, and kind of get to know more about myself and what some of the other booktubers are doing. So the next question is, why do you love reading? Well, actually I've been kind of an avid reader ever since I was a little kid. I don't really remember a time that I wasn't interested in reading. I think what really got me into reading, if I can remember, the very first series that I really dove headfirst into and loved reading was the series of Unfortunate Events. I read that book as a young kid, and it kind of catapulted me into becoming a reader, and I don't feel like I've been putting books down ever since then. And I just like being able to enter a whole new world and kind of explore the setting and everything that the writers are kind of creating for us as readers. They're allowing us an opportunity to see a whole new exciting place, whether that be kind of a world that doesn't actually exist, or entering a different part of a world that we currently live in, but being able to see a whole new side of it. So I guess, yeah, that's why I love reading. Oh, I guess I kind of answered this already. So the next question is, what book or series got you into reading? I would say the very first series that got me into reading, like I said, was the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I don't know, I just loved those books so much as a kid, and I kind of, I mean, I guess everybody always probably says Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. It's like probably my second favorite series, so it's series of Unfortunate Events. But the actual book that I think has made the biggest impact on me as a reader is probably The Giver. I don't know what it was about that book. I know it was like a required reading book that we had to read in school, but I just loved that book, and it really opened my mind to reading new books and different kinds of books, and really opened that kind of dystopian series to me, and kind of, yeah, I just love that book. What questions would I ask my favorite booktuber? So one thing that I've been dying to know is, how do you guys read so much? So I consider myself to be a pretty fast reader, but I just feel like there's no possible way I could read like 10 books in a month, and it seems like some of you booktubers are doing that. I mean, I'm hoping that this channel will help me kind of start reading even more. I know I don't read as often as I would like to. So yeah, I guess that would be my big question, is how do you guys read so much to be able to produce so much content on your channels? So the next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Honestly, I think the hardest challenge is going to be that I have enough time to make sure I'm putting forth like, you know, good and interesting and fun stuff for you guys. I know there's a lot of people on Booktube, and you know, I want to make sure that my channel is like fun and different, and so I think that's going to be kind of a big challenge. I'm also not a huge reader of YA. I do love YA, let's be honest, but I'm not like a huge reader of YA. Right now I'm kind of more into like the mystery thriller genre, which I don't really think there's a whole lot of on Booktube, so I'm a little bit nervous about kind of reviewing those kind of books if anybody on watching Booktube is going to be interested in it. But yeah, I think that'll be my biggest challenge. The next question is, when did you start reading? Like I said, I feel like I've been reading ever since I was a little kid. I mean, my parents always read to me when I was younger, but I think as soon as they started giving us books and reading assignments, I was always like that kid that in school that everybody's like, you read all the summer reading books, and I like had read them like the first month of summer. So yeah, I mean, I think for as long as I can remember, I've been reading. All right, so the next question is, where do you read? Honestly, I pretty much read wherever. I have like a nice chair here in my office that I like to sit at and read. When it's nice out, I like to go sit out on the porch to read. We recently went on a road trip, and luckily I was able to read in the car. I know some people get like really car sick. I'm lucky that I can read in the car, so I did get a lot of reading done during that trip. Pretty much everywhere. Actually, the one place that I don't read that most people probably do read is in bed. That's kind of like a time that I just like to like lay down and relax, and I feel like whenever I do read in bed, I can hardly get like 2 or 3 pages down before I'm falling asleep. So I don't really read in bed too much, but I can pretty much read anywhere else. The last question, last but not least, what kind of books do I like to read? So I kind of talked about this a little bit, but right now I'm really interested in like mystery, thriller, and I'm also have been reading a lot of like, I don't know if you would call them like self-help books, but kind of like books that are trying to add more positivity in your life, kind of creating a happy, positive like habits in your life. I've been reading a lot of books like that, but predominantly for my fiction, I've been reading a lot of like mystery. I am currently rereading the Harry Potter series because why not? Yeah, and I'm just kind of trying to get up the number of books that I'm reading. So I'm trying to do this new thing. I've never been a reader to read more than one book at a time, and I'm trying to start doing that. It seems like that's a better way to get more books read, or to read more books at a time, I guess you could say. It's going okay. Sometimes I feel like it's hard to like be into one story and kind of switch over to another story. But yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. So again, thanks everybody for coming to watch my very first Booktube Newbie Tag video. I'm super excited to be joining the Booktube community. If you like my video here, make sure to hit subscribe. I'm planning on posting a new video every week. I'm going to be doing unboxing videos, reviews, that sort of thing. So thanks for stopping by.